I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Or a riddle, rather.
Okay, riddle me this.
What do we have in common with Stevie Wonder?
I have no idea.
He doesn't know what we're drinking either. Let's get into this tasting.
Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh, and we are back with another tasting where we have no clue what we're drinking.
Nope.
These have been drawn at random from our blind sample pool, full of a bunch of matchups that could be paired together for who knows why. It could be a complete curveball to put us on our heels.
Yeah.
Available versus allocated, which is what most things are in our pool, or it could be two higher price things or hard to get things to see if they even come across as good in this type of tasting format where we don't know what's in our glass.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into them, give you some first impressions on each one. Then we'll take some time, get some ratings together, let you know which one we prefer before we find out the price and then what we're drinking. So thanks for being here. Let's get glass one on the nose.
I'm struggling to get specific things from this.
Yeah.
It smells like good whiskey, and it smells kind of like the outside air.
So look, this and this smells like the same thing.
Yeah.
Which is to say that this doesn't smell like much of
It
anything.
smells like whiskey. There's a whiskey smell there, meaning I smell alcohol, I guess is what I mean. But also smells like the outside air.
I had to really get in there to get it, but everything in this glass is very, 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 very faint.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a ton. Let's get it on the palate.
Okay. It's pretty faint on the palate.
Yeah. Generally sweet.
Kind of
Kind of-
soft.
Yeah, it's soft. That's actually a great word.
It's like a soft, almost texture. I'm not picking up any specific flavors. So I'm kind of speaking to the texture. It's like a soft texture.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting this like I say it all the time, but it's this faint caramel vanilla oak. It's a bourbony sweetness, a little honey maybe. It's that profile, but it is very dialed back. It's very soft. The spice level is very low to non-existent. It feels like. So I would hazard to say that this is a smooth whiskey.
Yeah, it's a little drying. I have had a second sip, and I'm not getting, again, any specific flavor, but I am getting the sensation of, like, dryingness. I know that's not very helpful, but I can only speak to what I'm getting.
Okay, I see what you mean, and it's not hitting me that way, but I am getting on second sip more oak, and
Yeah.
I'm getting the introduction of a little bit of like this red berry type of sweetness
Oh,
to
interesting.
go along with that bourbony profile.
I'm not getting that.
And it actually, maybe I took that sip wrong, but it's kind of getting in the back of my palate a little bit. Like
Okay.
I'm feeling it down here in my throat. So maybe upon first blush, that sample didn't get a fair shake, and on second sip, it came through far better for me. I mean, the type of
Interesting.
thing that I would like to probably not kind of sit around and smell and
Yeah.
analyze out of a Glencairn like this. I'd probably just throw that in a rocks glass and
doesn't-
just enjoy it.
It doesn't seem overly complex at this point.
Yeah.
Now, we will take some time once we've tasted the second glass and go back to the first glass, but right now, first blush, it doesn't seem overly complex, and it seems soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when you get to know me or you first meet me, you're like, he's not really overly complex. He's kind of soft. You get to know me a little bit more and you find out there's not much more there, but maybe there's a little bit more there.
There's more there.
Okay, let's get into the nose on glass too. Give me something.
Yeah, it does smell sweeter, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to pick up what kind of sweetness it is. I'm thinking it's like a caramel sweetness.
Yeah, I'm getting like this kind of cotton candy-ish
Yeah.
sweetness to
yeah.
it.
I can get that. I can get behind that 100%.
And it is slightly more prominent, but I mean like a half a click more than the first glass.
Mhm.
But it does smell better than the first glass.
Would you like to drink
Yeah.
this?
Let's get it on that, or
Okay.
get it on the palate.
I want more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same place with both these. Oh, interesting.
Were you speaking? Did you speak before you swallowed?
No, I did, but I want to not say because I don't want to influence you.
Okay. Let
But-
me take another sip.
Yeah, we're gonna get another sip of that one. It kind of surprised me.
Okay, the second sip I got more of a flavor, and it was like it left me. It was familiar, and it was like in my brain, and it left me, and I can't pinpoint what it was. Maybe it's like a butterscotch. I don't know. I need more time with these. These are hard because they're so faint.
Yeah, I could kind of see what you're saying there. I mean, to me, that second glass, again, second sip came through with a little bit more oak. I don't think as much as the first glass. And
yeah, I agree.
it has that kind of soft kind of silky. This first glass, I say, was a little bit more pillowy.
Okay.
It had a little bit more body to the softness, whereas
Okay.
this one is a little bit more just like water over the tongue. It's a little bit more silky,
Okay.
but I'm getting a little bit of a sour tinge on the back of the palate.
Interesting.
And I don't know if that's because I'm drinking this coming off of the first glass or if that's just what it's like as I almost proceed to knock it over. But neither of these knocked us over upon
Yeah.
first tasting. We're going to take some time, clear our palates, start with the second glass, go back to the first, do some A/B comparisons, get some ratings together, get some preferences together. That takes a while. We're going to do that now off camera. We'll be back with all that in just a second. Time much needed on my end to figure this out. I don't know how you feel. What do you think?
Not a lot changed. I did end up getting a little bit of the sour that you were talking about on glass 2. I will say glass 1 got more earthy,
Okay.
which normally I would like, but I didn't particularly care for it because that's all it was. There was nothing else with it. Like, I
Okay.
like when it's a little more complex. So I'm giving these both just okay.
Okay. I will say that for me, starting with the second glass, going back to the first, that sourness that you mentioned, that I mentioned earlier on in the first impressions, definitely stood out very prominently.
I called it a weeder funk. I don't know if this is a weeder, but it was a similar sourness that I get when I have some weeded bourbons.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Generally sweet, soft,
Mm-hmm.
and a little sour. Didn't love that. Glass 1 coming back to it, got it a clear victory for me
really?
for glass 1. It got more, you said earthy,
Mm-hmm.
which I was kind of equating to like this slight caramel sweetness with some oakiness, but earthiness would be a good way to describe that as well. So I think that,
Yeah, because I'm thinking like dirt and wood.
yeah, to me, I lean towards the flavor profile of glass 1 way more. However, I am giving them both
Yeah.
just okay as well. These aren't the type of things I'm going to sit down again in a Glencairn
Mm-hmm.
and just drink and analyze at the end of the night, which is my favorite time to drink whiskey.
Yeah.
These are both more like I'm going to throw them in a rocks glass while I'm grilling or hanging out outside or something like that.
Yeah.
Although I'm not hanging out outside at all right now because it's
Cicada
Cicada Fest
season.
2024. And those little things are kamikazes. They're coming
Man.
in from left, right, and the other
If you
every
live
other
in
way.
Middle Tennessee, you know what we're talking about. We have
I think they're like in quite a few states.
there. Well, I know that. I don't know where else
Hey.
they are, but they are definitely in Middle Tennessee.
If you're getting both broods, they're coming and they're swarming. So
Yeah.
at the gas
And
pump,
they look evil.
at wherever you're at, they're coming
So
for you.
we're not going outside very often.
So, anyways, both of these to me are like that.
Yeah.
Throw it in a rocks glass, just kind of sip on it in the background. You know, to me, that's like a $30-ish bottle, $30, $40 for,
Okay.
a lower proof bottle. Feels about right. I'm
Right,
just okay
see.
on both.
I'm just okay on both as well. If I had to pick, because of the sour funk on 2, I would pick another sip of glass 1.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't really want to sip of either, if I'm being
Okay.
honest.
So we both prefer glass 1.
Yeah.
Nothing necessarily terribly bad in them. Not bad enough to go thumbs down. Just okay doesn't mean they're bad. It just means that we don't love them enough that we'd have to have bottles of them.
Correct.
Or even want bottles of them.
Correct.
So, yeah. All right, let's find out the price on glass 1, the one we preferred, number 64 in our pool.
$30.
Spot on
That
with what I
seems
think
about
it
right.
should.
I'm staying just okay because that's a good price for what it is, but I don't love what it is, so I'm staying just okay.
Yeah, I'm saying just okay as well. Again, it's the type of bottle. I mean, I think it'd be good for mixing in cocktails. It's just that.
Yeah, it would make a very non-alcohol forward cocktail, I think. So if someone doesn't really want to taste the alcohol in their cocktail, either one of these would be fine with that, I think.
I think glass 1 is a good beginner bottle. If you're fairly new to whiskey and you haven't tried glass 1, particularly if you're fairly new to bourbon, I think glass 1 has a really traditional bourbon profile, and it would be a great bottle
I'm not
for
sure
a
how
beginner.
you picked up on a profile because I didn't pick up on
Just
anything.
that caramel vanilla oak. Glass number 2, number 63, price.
Also $30.
Okay.
So I'm not mad at it.
If these were on the shelf, I'm buying glass 1 and I'm leaving glass 2 on the shelf.
Okay.
I don't need both bottles.
Okay.
I just need a bottle of glass 1
Okay.
for that summer sipper. Right now, it's summertime. Give me glass 1. Give me a bottle of that.
All right.
We're good to go. Let's find out what glass number 1 is. Our preferred 64.
Dickel 8 year. This is Josh's nemesis bourbon.
What's glass number 2?
Buffalo Trace 90 proof.
Whoa.
It was kind of sour.
We both preferred Dickel 8-year to Buffalo Trace.
Mm-hmm.
Are you for real? Yeah, that's correct.
I'm correct.
Okay, 90 proof. That checks out.
Yeah, they're both 90 proof.
Sour checks out. So sometimes on Buffalo Trace, I do get a sour tinge.
Really?
Yeah, on a lot of their products. It's not often,
Yeah.
but sometimes I do.
And I want to clarify, I said that the Dickel 8 is Josh's Nemesis bourbon. It's in reference to, if you're a viewer of the channel and you watched him do Matt Madness 2024, there is a snafu with the Dickel 8-year and Dickel 9-year. If you're new and you don't know what we're talking about, if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you probably know what we're talking about. Maybe somebody can leave it in the comments for those who are curious, because I don't want to explain it in this video. I'll make it too long.
The earthiness makes sense.
Yeah.
Now on that, the sourness makes sense
Yeah.
on this. This is funny because obviously we're completely double blind. We don't know what we're drinking, and we're just picking strictly on personal preference.
Yeah.
People go crazy for Buffalo Trace, obviously. We know that. You probably know that watching. If you can't find it, is Dickel 8-year a reasonable replacement? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I mean, they were two sides of the same coin.
They tasted different, but they had similar effects,
Yes.
I think.
Yes. Different flavor profiles slightly.
Yeah.
Again, that, we talked about it. The earthy oakiness here versus like the kind of sour fruitiness here.
Yeah.
But both generally a comparable experience, comparable price tag. You're getting an 8-year age statement here. I think the oak came through with that, but Buffalo Trace is about an 8-year blend anyways.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of shocked that this came across like a weeder, but
It did.
Again,
Slightly.
there are times where Buffalo Trace is oftentimes on days where I'm outside, it's hot out or whatever. A lot of times, probably I would say over 50% of the time, if I'm reaching for a lower proof, sweet, easy sipping bourbon, I'm reaching for Buffalo Trace. But if we're out of a bottle of it, there's a whole slew of other things I will reach for. And I'm pretty sure I chucked my bottle of Dickel 8-year into the woods after the Matt Madness debacle of 2023.
You did not.
But
Don't be dramatic.
well, it's not here anymore, and I know I didn't drink it, so I don't know where it went. I don't know.
All
In a
right.
fit of rage, a man can do anything,
Yeah.
But
Blacked out.
maybe. But yeah, this was really interesting. Hopefully you found it interesting as well. If you did, think about liking the video. Think about subscribing to the channel.
Yeah.
Does it help us? Selfishly, yes.
It does.
Does it help you if you like blind tastings and honest opinions on whiskey?
It does.
Yeah, it helps you way more than it helps us. We don't get anything for a subscriber other than a little tick on the thing. You get more of these videos coming right at you in your feed. So
Sweet.
get on it. Hit that bell while you're at it. That'll let you know when we're going live. We live stream once every month.
Yep.
And if you hit that bell, it'll let you know when we're doing it.
Absolutely.
And check out our Patreon community down in the video description as well while you're down there around all those buttons and fingers and stuff. And you can join in over there. We're all about good people and good whiskey. So if you like those sorts of things, then by all means, check it out. That's also where that's also where we release
It's okay. You've got a mouthful to say.
our
I'm
barrel
proud of you.
picks. That's where we release
Doing
our
a-
barrel picks.
Doing a great job.
And if you like good whiskey and you like our palates and you want to get in on some picks that we do, you can do that down there as well. And what else? I do pop-up live streams that get really nerdy about whiskey.
People can buy shirts if they
And
want.
you can head over to stuffandwhiskey.com and buy cool shirts like this. Neither of these got a thumbs up. Oh, it's over here. Neither of these got a thumbs up today.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of whiskey that do get thumbs up from us. And
Or it does.
yeah, this shirt gets a thumbs up
There's
from
a
me.
lot of whiskey that does.
It's
get a thumbs
comfy.
up.
I don't. She's the grammar police around here. Let's get out of here.
Okay. That's it for today, y'all. Thanks for watching. Be good to each other. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers with Dickel 9 year. 8 years. 8 years.